All right, Gavin, let's move on to the best 5 games of the year.
Okay. So my number 5, The Ascent.
Ooh.
I had a blast with this thing. I'm coming back next year. Co-op or no co-op, this game is fantastic.
Yeah. I think the visuals do a lot to pull me in, and then it's the actual shooting mechanics that are really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very visually stunning, and I want to play more of it, but it's really cool to just jump in co-op and play there on PC or Xbox or wherever, but yeah.
And absolutely gorgeous.
Right. That's a solid game. My 5th would be Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. It's right up there where it's like not going to blow your hair back, but also it kind of blows your hair back a little bit with the story stuff, the way I cared about these characters. I think they succeeded on a lot. And I just love this world that they created. I want to see what happens in a sequel. I'm hoping they made enough to make a sequel. Yeah. And I really dug everything about this game. I'm almost at the edge of beating it. What's your number 4, Gavin?
Number 4 is The Forgotten City. I came out of absolutely nowhere. I went in knowing nothing. I love time-loop games, and this is very compact. It's short, but it's got a really well thought out story based on a lot of history and religion and just creativity. It's super cool. Everyone should go play it. It's on Game Pass. Go play it.
Yeah, that is. I'm making a list of these games that I need to chip away at either before this year or at the beginning of the year. Forgotten Seed is one of them for sure.
Right.
But that is definitely on there. My number 4 is Valheim. I kind of forgot about this game, but I played a ton of it when it came out early last year. It really absorbed a lot of my life, and there wasn't a lot going on. It was heavy shutdown at the beginning of the year with our coffee shop, so it was just like nothing to do. So I was playing a ton of Valheim. And when I got home, more Valheim, and so it was a thing. Yeah, really cool game, really solid. They might have put out some DLC stuff. I think they actually did a couple months ago. Haven't jumped back in because I lost all my things on a raft. But I do want to go back and play it. Very cool game. What's your number 3, Gavin?
Number 3, and this is where things start to get murky. My top 3 are all kind of right up next to each other. I'm going to put It Takes Two. But that being said, these are my top 5. This game is amazing. It gets all the credit it deserves. Amazing.
I wonder if it's kind of it hurts itself a little bit with the fact that I think you need to play this on the couch with someone.
Right.
You have to have, and it's a long game, and you physically have to have someone next to you.
Yeah.
It's tough, but if you have that, it really succeeds. You can still play online with someone and Skype and whatnot. It's like, you can totally do that, and it's still going to be fun, but it's like there's something about sitting on the couch with someone and working through puzzles together and experiencing the moments together. It's a really cool game, but top 5 easily, top 3, for sure.
3.
Forza 5. Forza 5, I was telling you like how hyped I was about this game. I was so hyped. I was playing Forza 4 the week before it came out because I could not wait. And Xbox did this very perfectly crafted thing I thought they were going to do with Halo Infinite, where before the game came out, they said, hey, you can play this before that, because it was coming out on Friday, Wednesday. Right. You could play early by unlocking this game for like $20, $30, even though it's going to be on Game Pass. And I said, bet, I'll do that. I want to play this game so bad. Yeah. And it comes with the DLC stuff too, so it's not like a full loss or whatever. But it made me care. This game series made me care about driving games. I really don't care about them. Haven't for a long time. And this series has done that, where it's more of an RPG. There's all these different events you can do, these different types of gameplay, these things you can seek out, and this open world mechanic to all compile it together, where it's just this really fun game. And it's kind of more than a racing game, really. Very fun.
I feel like the one thing that makes me sad about it is like how quickly people stop talking about it, because when it came out, people were like, this is the game.
It's tough. I think it's something I wanted to, but if Microsoft waited a little bit longer on dropping that multiplayer for Halo Infinite, because they dropped it a week after Forza. Yeah. And those are 2 games where it's like, I want to play both of them. But as soon as Forza or Halo Infinite dropped the gameplay or the multiplayer, I jumped right in, and I haven't been back. Because then after that, then Infinite Campaign came out, and so it's like, I want to go back to it. But they still have DLC that'll come down the line, and I'm sure we'll get everyone back in. But great game. What's your number 3?
Number 3, this is an expansion, but yeah, Outer Wilds, Echo of the Eye, was when I finally figured out what the thing was. It blew my goddamn mind. It's so pretty. They push the physics system in a new direction that's really, really cool. And it sucks that I can't talk about it more without spoiling the whole Well, it's not even the whole thing. There's two halves of the whole thing. So it's absolutely amazing. And it's so good to be back in that universe. Yeah, amazing.
I wonder, is this universe kind of complete with what they wanted to say? Do you think they go back to it, or they use the tools and stuff they've created to work on something new?
I don't even know what they do from here, but they clearly have some of the most talented engineers, and that's the whole way this is possible, is the engineers that made all the simulation possible. Yeah. So what you do with that talent next, I don't know.
Valve comes in and says, hey, what's going on? Is there a blank check we can give you?
Yeah, it's been amazing. But you're number 2?
Number 2 is Halo Infinite. I would encompass the multiplayer and the campaign together. Just the Halo Infinite box.
Handy.
It's 100%. It's one game, right?
Yeah. And it's going to become more as time goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it. Only positive stuff to say about it. The campaign, fully engrossed, where I was like, just wanted to play that, wanted to figure out the story and chip away at the little side stuff, the open world aspect to it. We talked about it before, how it's dope and it works perfectly with Halo. I didn't know I wanted this with Halo, and I absolutely do. The multiplayer, which I'm terrible at, it's still fun to play and fun to use those same tools in multiplayer, and runs really well. They ended up fixing the whole battle pass situation, where maybe not 1-for-1 fixed, but they've added way more progression. It's easier to progress, rather. So I think they've made a lot of strides that way. That was the only negative with the multiplayer. So yeah, number 2 easily.
Absolutely.
What's your number 1 game of the year, Gavin?
And again, the top 3 were all pretty interchangeable, but Psychonauts 2, it's been so long coming.
Somebody had to give them Game of the Year, Gavin, because Game Awards.
You know who did? Destructoid.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wait. No. Did they give it to Chicory? They may have given it to Chicory.
Ooh, I know that was up there. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
So, but yeah, absolutely amazing game. It finally moved forward with that plot. This is pure, raw, unadulterated Tim Schafer coming at you. And nice. Man, that's what I needed.
That's awesome.
Absolutely amazing. You're number 1.
I got to play it. That's on my list again of games I got to play. And I started the first hour of it. It Takes Two, we talked about before. That was my, for sure, peak gaming moment, was playing that, even though it took 8 months or whatever that we played that game. It was really, really fun. I just loved the way they played with all these different game mechanics in one game and different gaming tropes in one game. Really cool. The story was dope. It ran really well and was very pretty too, visually. Yeah. So just all in all, it was blew me away. And I'm just now 100% whatever that team works on. I want to watch one trailer and cool. I'll be there for download it day 1.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Write them a blank check.
Exactly. Yeah. I would, whatever big company, I would very much recommend they come in and just take that team. Honorable mentions?
Yeah. I put Guardians of the Galaxy in mine.
Yep.
Yeah. Some Loop Hero as well. I didn't realize that was this year.
Right. Yeah. Loop Hero was big.
What else we got? Deathloop, Death's Door, and Chicory, A Colorful Tale. I think are my 5 runners up. Chicory,
I know I won't like, but sure. That was very much big on the list of games of the year. Same with Deathloop, people loved. Oh no, yes, Deathloop, but Loop Hero. People were really in love with Loop Hero. But yeah. I had Ratchet and Clank. I wanted to love this game even more, but it wasn't hard for me to pull myself away, because I just recently came over and finished it after months and months of it being out. Yeah. But it's a beautiful game, great showcase for the PS5. Really fun gameplay, but just not quite at my top 5. 12 minutes was very unique, really cool with how they play with time, and the options you have are kind of limited, but the story's really cool. Great voice acting. You have Willem Dafoe and what's his face, Irish dude or Scottish dude. He's one of 3 Scottish actors in the world. Yeah. He's Magneto. No, he's Xavier in the X-Men. He's great. And then Ari Village. You're right. I played it 3 or 4 fucking times. Loved it, but
saying that's an honorable mention.
Yeah, I just don't think of it as my top. It was easy for me to fill this first group with the top 5, but for Ari Village, it just didn't show up. And you had a tall lady who can step on me all night. I've kind of put her by the wayside, but
she won the award for voice acting.
She absolutely deserved it.
Yeah.
She was a big part of why that game was so successful, but like just how weird this new one was, it was very much in line with Resident Evil.
Yeah.
They nailed it, and it was a great game. It's just top 5. I had a bit more fun with these other games, and maybe even Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. It's fresh in my mind too, so there's a little bit of bias there too, which happens.
Right.
But yeah, if it was a top 10 list, they'd all be up there.
Now we did. So you knocked out almost every game that I forgot came out this year, with the exception of Battlefield.
But did you print this
2042.
list out or write it in very tiny little writing?
Did it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
On a mouse's printer, or what did you? It's so tiny.
I don't know. It was MS Word, my default font.
Your default font is what, 5?
I don't know.
Okay, just very tiny little no. It's like you pass it to someone and say, "Do you like me? Yes or no?" on it.
Buddy, I got good eyesight. I don't know why I'm being attacked here.
I got technology helping me, and I still have a hard time. What's your
I think one last important thing that might be good to add to this list is games that, maybe we started this year that really resonated with you and that you're going to finish this coming year. Do you have anything?
Many of the things that you mentioned, like, man, you mentioned Psychonauts 2. Want to finish that. Deathloop, want to finish that.
It's Forza 5 on there.
Forza 5. I haven't actually, I don't know how you finished the game, but I played a bunch of it.
Right.
But there's many games on this list. Returnal, I want to go back to. Some of the ones you mentioned that you had a blast with, I want to go back to. The Ascent, one of them. Yeah, so it's more games that I need to go back to than games that I've completed, for sure. Mm-hmm. What about you?
I think the 2 I had, because I know I'm not going to come back to most of these, but the 2 I had are The Ascent. Apparently it's not even that long. It's like 15 hours.
Okay.
We have no excuse.
Yeah.
And then Chicory, Colorful Tale. That
Chicory.
one, I've been people that play it are just trying to get everyone to beat it. Because it's that good. I know it deals with heavy elements of like mental health and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it's sort of like, what's that one game you play, the platformer? Celeste. Where the snore kind of sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
And then it gets you.
That one is very special to me. I love that game.
Yeah.
What year did that game come out? Whatever year that is, that's game of the year.
I have no clue.
You know what? Every year, the game of the year is Celeste. How about that?
Well, I mean, if that at that point, mine is Outer Wilds. It's been
true.
my game of the year.
You know what I thought about saying for game of the year? It's Game Pass.
Yep. Sure.
Just get Game Pass.
Get Game Pass.
And you have access to all this stuff, these bangers. Yes, some things you're going to miss out. There's Eternal, blah, 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 Ratchet and Clank. But so many great games on Xbox. If not when they release within that year, it's nuts, man. You just need that game. But yeah, Megan is finally ready to kill Lilu out there.
Yeah. I don't know that we're going to have time to play games. It is 8:30.
Yeah, we're at 2 hours now, Gavin. Maybe we hold it off for the next week. But I have it ready to go. Next time, we can just jump in and whip it out, bang it out. But so we can end our lengthy episode, girthy episode for this week. Gavin, where can they find you online?
You can find me on Twitter at DrunkDevs. And have a Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. You can find us on Plastic Hearts at Twitter at Plastic Heart Pod. Is that how Twitter works?
I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
Under Twitter at Plastic Heart Pod. Behind the dumpster is where you find us.
Definitely behind the dumpster. that's where I am.
That's how it works. It's www. Hold on. It's http://www. Just listen. 503.
Is it not HTTPS? Are we not connecting securely?
Okay, if you're doing that, then we have to go into this. But if you're using Linux, alrighty, we'll end it there for the week. We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.